Good afternoon my YouTube friends, it's Margaret here from M.E.s Orchids, and I just thought I'd quickly bring you into the grow room. And we've got an angle poised lamp here. Just turn it round there and it just gives a little bit of extra light in this corner for the Phalaenopsis, which as you can see they're all doing extremely well. They've all got good roots, and they've all been topped up with water this week. This is one of the rescue ones that I've put in this basket, and that seems to be doing fine. This big one here is one of the three sisters, and that it had marked leaves there before, and it's got them again, and I don't know why. Maybe it's just a trait of that particular one. Now let me just see, I can get you down there further, see if it'll take you in. And you see the roots? Wonderful. It's all about the roots. And let's go back slightly out now, see if it'll focus. And I thought I'd bring you back in the daylight hours. Now is it going to proper focus for me? And so you can see this Phalaenopsis tetraspis. Come on now, focus. Let me just take it slightly back out and see whether it'll focus now. There we go. So she's got a fuzzy lip there, and she's got a yellow throat, and just on this leaf and this leaf, just that little tip of yellow and green. Absolutely lovely. Very unusual, and like I say, it's been 18 months waiting, and has she got any more? Do you think she might have another one there? Can you see it? And this one sits in the windowsill, of course, and we might be lucky. She's got another one coming there, and it's because I've moved this one into this open, free draining terracotta pot with lava rock. Sometimes you see you just have to listen, look. I don't mean listen in that sense of, but just keep your eye on your orchids, see how they're responding. And see, that's one, got growing tips. I was asked how often do I flush my orchids, and the answer is not very often. I don't flush them at all if I can help it, because in nature, you know, they get everything thrown at them, don't they? They don't need to be sterile, they don't need to be flushed all that often. So I don't, you know what I mean? I just leave them alone. They'll probably stay in these containers now without flushing until next spring. And then I may next spring decide to clean them. Anyway, I'm digressing. So I went to Aldi, and for those who are not familiar, it's a cheap and cheerful shop. And these were $3.99 each. Little succulents. I've no idea, they're not named. I got them for the colours, that's pink, and I got this one with the red edges to match that. And this one, I love this one, it's so unusual, and this one reminded me of a coral, you know, one of these that survive in the coral reef, and sometimes water plumes out of these. So I like that one. And again, this one, it's like a little starfish, got a little centre, very unusual. So I don't usually get succulents, but on this occasion, because they're so healthy, I just thought, well, here goes, I'm going to get these. Now let's just have a look at that new growth down there. That's this is on the Andean fire, and this is doing well. I took the other flower to work yesterday. Yesterday morning I came in the grow room. It was only 16, that's how cold it was that night. And this was on the floor, just lay like that. Absolutely perfect it was. And I mean, they know at work that I collect orchids, and I took it in to show them. It's downstairs on the table, but that's the second bloom now, and you'll see there's another one coming. That's where the first one was, second, and there's another one coming. So I've been very, very lucky. And these are the other Phragmipediums. I've potted them on now, and they won't be disturbed. They've got enough depth now. And that's the big one there from Madeira, the one that unfortunately knocked the root off. This is the Longiflorum, and I've positioned that now so it's more elevated, and then its leaves can cascade forward. This is Miltassia Royal Robe. That's had a water, that's why it's in that. Got a new suitable coming through there. It's never flowered for me, this hasn't, but it does seem a lot healthier now. And that's the white Phalaenopsis there, that the one that I've been waiting for, and it flowered for me. Now they've fallen off, and it's given me some new buds now. So what I've been doing today again is orchid maintenance. It's just looking at your orchids, deciding what you need to do, whether you need to do anything. Now we're struggling with the light here, aren't we? So I'll just bring this one here. And this is the Dendrobium Lodogesi, and this is the one that I've had a while, and I've really struggled with it. And it was on a mount with the one of the Friedrichianums. Now I've really struggled with that. Now what have I done with them? Blow me down, they're behind that table down there. So what I'm going to do now is put the camera down, because if I try to go down with the camera, it'll be sod's law, as I say, that I shall knock something over. So rather than knock something over, I'll just keep you angled there while I lift this up. And I do apologise about that, but now let's pick the camera back up again, so excuse the jolt. Okay, now you see there, let's take you in. Well, let me take you in. There. Come on now. Might allow me to focus. Not sure whether it will. But I noticed this morning that one of these canes had rotted. And I thought, I've got to investigate this. And what I'd done, I'd anchored it down, and it had actually, the wire had cut into one of the big canes, and it had really strangled it. So that was going to be no good. And so what I've done, let's bring you down here and then we can focus again. Sorry about this. There we go. And what I've done is I've taken the cakeys off. There's one that I got a little bit of a root there, and I've put them in this mixture here. I've put some lava rock on the top just to actually anchor them down, and then I'm going to be able to check the roots, and hopefully next spring, I'm going to just put this over here, hopefully next spring I might have saved that one. It's like the Dendrobium polyanthum. I really struggled with that one, and for 12 months, but eventually I got the environment right, the conditions right, and it's romped away since then. So sometimes you have to have several attempts at it. Now this one is the Dendrobium plicatile, which is cinnamon Flickingiera fimbriata. Now this was in a terracotta pot with lava rock. Now I have noticed with the new grow lights that the lava rock does actually dry out very, very quickly. And now this has got one of those creeping habits, and somebody said, oh, it should be mounted. So I've put it in this other open basket I've got here. And see, I've had to cut that one off there because that one had rotted back. And now I don't think that'll flower this time. The problem I've got in England is we're coming in to our shortest days, and we're going, although it's brilliant sunshine out there at the moment, as you can see, but this morning I'd got the grow lights on, the big centre one and the one that spreads over these two top shelves, and it was quite dark. So, and we're not having the same daytime temperatures, which means that anything that's got sphagnum moss in it, you've got to be very, very careful. So, and you've got to water, you've got to start watering now very sparingly. So I've checked today what I can remove out of sphagnum moss. Now you see this little one here, this is the Dendrobium milliform, and now we're now Saturday, this was Wednesday, Thursday, no, I think this was Sunday, and that is still wet through. So we've got to be very, very careful with things that are in sphagnum moss. Now if I take you up there, don't know whether you'll see, that's I've put two on that mount there. This one here is one of the plicatiles. It's just a piece that was easily removed from the mother plant, and because somebody said, oh, they do like to be mounted, I thought I'd just try that one piece. And the other one there, let's take you in, and the other one next to it, that's the LC Bermondsey palm, and they're just on that mount there. That's the that one there is the 9 carat gold. That's on that one, and the other one, if I lift it down here, I've put the other one on this one. Now that won't focus. See the black tip there? That was because one of the other plants had dripped on it. So let's just put that back in here now. The trouble is now I'm trying to give everything maximum light because, like I say, our light's diminishing, and these here, of course, in the windowsill here, these are all the dendrobiums. Let's take you back out now. And they're all doing fine. These got watered on Wednesday. Nice green roots. Let's have a look at this one here. Like I say, and this is Pulchrorostrum. Nice growing roots. this is the this one. This has gone absolutely mad since I put it in this open basket. This is the Sedera japonica. Absolutely loves it, it does. And here we go. Let's just gently move things out of the way. Oh, this is the pendulum, and that's getting as much light as I can possibly give it. And this is the lamelatum. Got this new growth. Can you see this new growth here? Oops, sorry, this new growth. This is the little lamelatum. The leaves were damaged when they first came, but that's doing really well. And the other type I've got is, of course, and it's called the pseudo lamelatum. And this is mounted here. This is what I call Avatar, and that's a new leaf there, a new growth there, and this is a new one. Now these have been watered this morning and they're doing really well. I'm still watering quite often, but I am aware now that I mustn't keep these too wet. What I wanted to show you over here as well is if I just lift it down, oops, without doing too much damage. This is the Frag Las Verenas, and look at that. Can you see it? A little furry root. Now this is the one that I haven't checked, and so that's growing out of that big, tall pot. But it's in growing mode now, so I'm very reluctant to disturb it. So it'll go back over here, and whatever. Put it the right way round. Sorry about that. There's the other. This is the Grande. Now this is the one that I put in that big deep pot last week. So let me just have a look. This is the, I have to be careful with this one because this is such a big one. This is the big Gracillicoli. Oh dear, I've got it wrapped round the flower. I have to just bear with me. There we go. There we go, and it sits on the top shelf here. So I've got to check on these now to see which will flower this this autumn, winter, and which will need winter rest. And that's got a very, very good root system. So this one I'm still struggling with. This is the Macrophyllum. The leaves don't look brilliant, do they? In fact, she could be losing some of these, but I've put her on this piece of wood and hopefully it'll respond, and come next spring I'll put her back here. That this one here, this is Pastoral Innocence. This is the one that had the two pseudobulbs, and one has completely gone, this other's on its way out. So I've just put it in here. It was wrapped in sphagnum moss, and again I'm very wary now of having things too wet. So what I've done is taken it out of the sphagnum moss, put it in here. It's got nice roots coming there, and there's some lava rock at the bottom, and I've got some bark there. So hopefully that will now be alright there for the winter. So we're looking very full in the grow room. You probably won't see there because of the light. The light's against us. So thank you for joining me. They do kind of enjoy being in this open type of a basket here. It's only a fridge container, but look how this one's come on. This is the Coleogene Burfordiense, and that's that new pseudo bulb that's developed this year, and that's really romping away. But everything else, just have a quick look. I go down on one knee, and that's the Angraecum. This is the Pathiopedilum. That's the Pathiopedilum Colopakingi, the one I recently had from Ed. Doing well. Little Stumpy. Let's just have a look what Stumpy's doing. Look at that. That's the first little green root. Can you see there? Oh, chuffed to bits with that one. See, somebody else would have thrown that in the bin, but I've persevered with her, and she just sits there. These are some little cakeys growing on very nicely, and this is an air plant here. Let me just bring this up to the table, excuse me, and I just threw it in here, and look at this. It's developed roots, so I don't know what to do with that, whether I should pot it up or just leave it like that. Anyway, I'll finish at this point, so I'll just back over here. Thank you for joining me. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Just sent a little root out through these little slats. I don't know how it's managed to do that. Oh, blow me down. Right, I better call it a day. So from me to you, thank you for joining me. Enjoy your orchids. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Take care. Bye-bye now.